Cyber Daily News for June 20th, 2026. Topping today's news, the fallout from the breach known as FortiBleed is escalating. Security researcher Bob Diachenko uncovered an exposed server holding plaintext VPN credentials for roughly 74,000 Fortinet firewalls and gateways worldwide. The operation behind it ran on an industrial scale, mass scanning hundreds of thousands of FortiGate login endpoints and spraying over 1 billion credential combinations through a custom tool. This week, CISA issued an emergency alert confirming that attackers are now actively using those leaked credentials against government and private sector organizations. If you run Fortinet at the edge, treat your credentials as compromised. Next, website administrators are under fire. Attackers are actively exploiting a critical flaw in the Joomla content editor that lets unauthenticated users upload editor profiles and run arbitrary code on vulnerable servers. Joomla warns the exploit code is public and the attacks are automated, so even sites with no public registration are at risk. A separate flaw in the LiteSpeed cPanel plugin is also under active attack, putting shared hosting environments in the crosshairs. Patch now. Turning to healthcare, pharmaceutical giant Novo Nordisk has disclosed a security incident. The company says an unauthorized intruder copied a limited amount of clinical trial data along with healthcare professional contact details. Novo Nordisk states its core operational systems were not disrupted and business continuity was unaffected, but any exposure of clinical and medical contact data is a serious concern. In espionage news, researchers report that the threat group known as Velvet Ant maintained a decade-long, stealthy presence inside targeted networks. The group's ability to stay hidden for years underscores just how long sophisticated intruders can dwell undetected, quietly harvesting access and information before anyone notices. Over in the cloud, an unpatched vulnerability in Google Cloud's config connector has been disclosed that could enable account takeover. Until a fix lands, organizations relying on the tool to manage cloud resources should review their exposure and tighten access around it. On the device front, researchers have linked an Android TV botnet dubbed Popa to an Israeli firm. The discovery is a reminder that smart TVs and streaming boxes are full-fledged computers, and compromised ones can be quietly enrolled into botnets operating at massive scale. Apple has shipped a patch for an eavesdropping flaw affecting its Beats audio products. The fix closes a weakness that could have allowed unauthorized listening, so make sure your Apple and Beats devices are updated to the latest firmware. And finally, in policy, French President Emmanuel Macron is urging the world's wealthy democracies to cooperate on regulating advanced AI systems and calling on the United States to share cutting-edge AI. As AI reshapes both attack and defense, expect international regulation to become a bigger part of the security conversation. That's a wrap for today's Cyber Daily News. CVE numbers and other details can be found in the links in the show notes. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss a beat in cybersecurity, and catch us on YouTube and your favorite podcast platform. See you next time.